Hey guys, how's it going? Well, I hoped I wouldn't be joining you again so soon, but yep, there's more Michigan gun control on the table that they're going to try to pass in the next few weeks during this lame duck session. Now, I actually just finished recording my previous video just a couple hours ago, but you're going to see that one last night because I don't want to bombard you with too much at once, and hopefully you all had a good night's sleep. So if you're new here, first of all, welcome. Make sure you go back and watch at least the previous video, if not the previous 3 videos on this channel, for all the craziness the Democrats are trying to shove through, gun control-wise, here in Michigan, at the end of this lame duck session. So yeah, this is pretty crazy, and this is Senate Bill 1134. It's by Senator Paula Hankey. Yeah. So I'll tell you the gist of it real quick, then we're going to go through this. This is going to ban deceptively colored firearms, deceptive coloring products, as well as a covert firearm. Now, a little bit of backstory. So I just put out that video that hopefully you saw last night. If not, check it out because you need to know what's going on and advocate against these things. So I called my state representative at like 9 o'clock at night. Yeah, we're on that kind of rapport where I'm just constantly letting her know about what's going on with the 2A, and coming to find out, while I was literally recording the video that you saw last night, she was doing research of her own. She said, "Did you hear about this new bill to ban colored firearms?" So my state rep, Jamie Thompson, big shout out to her, Michigan's 28th district. Why don't you guys follow her on Twitter X? I'm going to leave the link to that in the pinned comment. And she made a tweet about this as well. Or an X, whatever you're supposed to call it now. But yeah, she's like, check this bill out. So, got off the phone with her. And here we are. The people of the state of Michigan enact, except as otherwise provided in this section, an individual shall not do any of the following: sell, purchase, transfer, own, possess, carry, or transport a deceptively colored firearm. B. Modify or attempt to modify a firearm to make it a deceptively colored firearm. C. Sell, purchase, transfer, own, possess, carry, or transport a deceptive coloring product. D. Sell, purchase, transfer, own, possess, carry, or transport a covert firearm. An individual who violates this section or any rule promulgated under this section is guilty of a misdemeanor punishable by imprisonment of not more than 1 year or a fine of not more than $500 or both. So this is a fairly heavy misdemeanor. Now, I'm going to skip near the end of the bill, but there's a lot more to this just to give you some quick definitions, because you're probably thinking, what the heck is a deceptively colored firearm, a deceptive product? All right. Here's the new definitions that we'll be using in this section. An antique firearm means that term as defined in section 231A. B. A covert firearm means a firearm that is constructed in a shape or configuration such that is not immediately recognizable as a firearm. C. Deceptively colored firearm means a firearm of which a substantial portion of the exterior surface is any color other than black, brown, dark gray, dark green, silver, steel, or nickel. Deceptive coloring product, this would be banned too if this bill becomes law, means a product that is intended to be used alone or in combination with another product to modify a firearm to make it a deceptively colored firearm. Now, what's substantial portion? Oh, they've got that covered too. Substantial portion of the exterior surface means any of the following. 1. More than 50% of the exterior surface. Now, this is any of the following. It doesn't have to meet all 3, just if any of the 3 that would trip this. 2. The exterior surface of the receiver. 3. The exterior surface of the slide. Okay, now let's go back a little bit. I just got done talking about the misdemeanor, jail, up to a year, fine, or both. Now here's the exceptions. And there is going to be a grandfather clause in here, but this is still like not okay at all. I know everybody loves their little loopholes, but this is literally insane. Let me know in the comments what you think. The section does not apply to any of the following. A. The ownership or possession of a deceptively colored firearm, covert firearm, or deceptive coloring product by an individual who owns or possesses it on the effective date of the amendatory act that added this section. B. The ownership or possession of any deceptively colored firearm, covert firearm, or deceptive coloring product. When they say deceptive coloring product, I literally think that could mean a can of paint, or maybe like a Sharpie marker, hydro dipping, Cerakoting, just like anything that could add color to a gun, I guess, is a product and would be banned. By an individual who receives the deceptively colored firearm, covert firearm, or deceptive coloring product by operation of law after the effective date of the amendatory act that added this section, as long as the individual, no later than 14 days after receipt, does either of the following. Let me know how many of you are looking forward to this. 1. Surrenders the deceptively colored firearm, covert firearm, or deceptive coloring product to the Department of State Police for disposal. I guess you have to turn in your crayons and your spray paint, right? 2. Modifies the deceptively colored firearm or covert firearm so that it is no longer a deceptively colored firearm or covert firearm and cannot be readily converted into one. So they're using that readily converted clause here. Wouldn't any gun be readily converted? Like, anyone could just grab a can of spray paint with blue or pink paint and go pss, 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 pss. C. A deceptively colored firearm, deceptive coloring product, or covert firearm sold to, purchased by, owned by, possessed by, carried by, or transported by any of the following. The United States, this state or another state, a department, an agency, or political subdivision of the United States, this state or another state, a member of the above entities while engaged in the course, that member's duties with the entity or organization or while going to or returning from these duties. So it exempts the government, the police in their official capacity, like all gun control does. The transfer, possession, carrying, or transport of a deceptive colored firearm, deceptive coloring product, or covert firearm for purposes of surrendering that deceptively colored firearm, deceptive coloring product, or covert firearm to the Department of State Police. So you can possess it while you're surrendering it and turning it in to the cops. E. Now, this is the FUD exception. Now, look, guys, totally shout out to people who love ivory grips. That's not even what I mean, but I think you guys know what I mean. Like, who this is trying to appeal to, that'll actually be okay with this law now. A firearm with a handle that is composed of ivory or that is colored so as to appear to be composed of ivory. That would be exempt. An antique firearm would be exempt. Now here's more. The Department of the State Police may promulgate rules to implement this section. So you know how there's like the NFA and the Gun Control Act. Then the ATF promulgates all these unconstitutional rules that literally like change the laws themselves. This gives the power of the state police to now make rules that would have full force and effective law, where they could potentially make this much worse and even wider than it is now. As used in this section, and those are the definitions that I already read to you earlier. And then at the very end it says this amendatory act takes effect 90 days after the date it is enacted into law. So read this through for yourself, but you'd have 90 days and maybe another 14 days. Again, not giving legal advice, just trying to give information here. Let's look at these colors again here. You're really, really limited. These are the colors that could be on your firearm. And remember, it can't be more than 50% of the exterior surface, or the exterior surface of the receiver can't be any other color, or the exterior surface of the slide cannot be any other color other than, now this is very specific here, black, brown, dark gray. So if it's light gray, that's a no-go. That's deceptively colored. Dark green, I guess light green's a no-go as well. Silver, steel, or nickel. I don't know if this would cover bluing or not, because some bluing just basically looks black. Other bluing actually has a bluish tint to it. hence why it's called blued. Like, I'm not even joking when I say this. What if your gun starts to rust? Like, try to take care of your guns so they don't rust, but rust is like an orange color. I don't see orange as an exempted color here either. But yeah, this is a real Senate bill. And like I said, I didn't want to come out with another video this soon, but as I'm telling my state rep about all this other stuff, filling her in just to make sure she knew to vote against it, obviously, which she will. But she's like, no, wait, check this out now. And yeah, so you're seeing this video the next morning, but I'm recording it just a little bit after the other one. And yeah, I'm not going to keep this video going too much longer because I know most of you love really short videos, and it's probably not even short enough right now. But I do now have the actual Senate bills, and we'll make another video soon about the privately made firearm bill. So I have a couple here, and I'll just bring that into another video. Hey, look, guys, this is not what I do for a living, but I am spending lots of time doing this, away from my family, up all night. So if you'd like to help support the channel, check out the links down there in the description. Make sure you're checking me out on all of these other censorship-free sites in the description as well. And go give our favorite state representative, Thompson, a follow over on X, because she's just as passionate about the 2A, or I guess has no life just like me, and she was up at 9 o'clock at night going through breaking gun control bills, and this was just introduced today, which is September 26th, by the lovely Senator Polahanky. And when we say lovely here, we mean lovely in a different kind of way. All right. I think I'm going to have to see you guys soon because they're not slowing down and we need to stay informed on all this stuff. All right. Thanks for watching and have a good one.